That's how they get to school in Mystery Alaska.
It is. They skate. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't even know if that's a real town, but it's a real movie.
Oh, what a cool town name, Mystery Alaska.
You must know that movie, Taylor.
I haven't watched it, no. Wait, is it the hockey movie where it's like the New York Rangers have to play a pickup game? Okay.
Yeah.
That pissed me off because
that's one of my favorite hockey movies.
Did the pickup team do anything?
They didn't. They did okay, but I hated watching. They're like, yeah, we know how to play pond hockey. This is our domain. And I'm like, this is the New York Rangers. Like, they could show up drunk and they're going to win. And the only time you're going to score on that goalie is if he feels bad for all the people that paid to buy a ticket and come out. Like, you're silly. You have no chance.
The premise of the movie is that this town revolves around hockey. Yeah. Everyone's social hierarchy is based on how good they are at hockey. The kids wake up and they skate to school and back. The guys are like young 17, 19-year-olds are out there training in the morning, trying to make the town's team and knock some 35-year-old into retirement. And it's constantly going. And the players are supposed to be good, you know, like capable of competing at the highest of highest levels. And they bring in the New York Rangers, and there's some things about the ice that aren't quite right. I don't know if the rink is a different size or if it's just no Zamboni or whatever it was. They felt like they had some advantages by being accustomed to this surface that the pros wouldn't, as if, you know, these NHL guys, they didn't play pond hockey growing up. Oh no. Yeah, but
they know that I play for the Swedish Olympic team as well, right? On the larger ice surface. They made a huge error inviting us. I'm going to destroy them.
So, and I'll spoil the movie. They do okay. They lose. They get roughed up. Their best player shows that he's an equal of the Rangers and gets called up. And but you know, they just don't embarrass themselves. Kyle, you muted.
Do you remember the score?
I bet I look it up quickly.
I feel like too high. The score should be like multiple 20s to maybe 1, but 1 is so generous, right? Like, it should be silly. The idea that one of them is their equal is very believable, though. It's like, what, you've got a town that does nothing but play this sport. You're telling me one of those guys isn't going to go pro? Probably is. Oh, yeah. It's just like those genetics go a long way, but I refuse to believe that growing up being like, I don't know, the Manning's son isn't just day in and day out just, oh, you got to think about it this way, son. I learned that after 40 years of doing it.
Yeah. Oh, look at this, Papa. Son. You're also 6'6" with huge football throwing hands. Like, wouldn't you know it?
Yeah, but I think Kyle's. So I had a guy in high school who went on to play pro football, and his father played pro football too. Was he a physical specimen? Yeah, big, strong white guy. But I mean, at 16, he could have coached that high school team. He was so knowledgeable about the game. And he was our best, I think he was a running back, but he was also our best defenseman. So he played the entire game long, and he just knew everything there was to know about football. And I bet you could take someone with that same body and have him not grow up the child of a professional football player and the head coach, and he wouldn't be a pro football player. It's not just body, it's environment.
Definitely. Yeah, and then also, like, if you're Peyton Manning's son or whatever, like, I mean, he can pay for all sorts of tutors and like this is what we do. He can just take you out of school and be like, you're going to the football school with me.
This guy won 2 national championships, but never started in college, but played in the pros for like 5 years till he hurt his knee. I bet there are people in Georgia in that situation who like never even start, but their second string running back is NFL worthy.
That's the other thing that's an interesting question is like, could like the national championship and college team even get on the field with an NFL team?
No.
And the answer is no. The answer is no. They just get shit on.
There would be no. I remember like talking to a friend because like in college I had no conception. I never really followed the NFL. And I remember talking to a buddy of mine in my dorm and being like, well, who was it at the time? LSU, whoever the world beater was in 2009. It was like, they could like play against the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? Like the best of this and the worst of this. And he was like, no, No. And then he just pulled up ESPN.com and showed me the sheer size of like the linemen in the NFL and then the size of the college ones. And I'm like, oh no, this is a risk to their health. We can't allow this.
So hold on. We are all in full agreement on this. That reigning champions at the college level will get wrecked by the Detroit Lions every year. The only like little hint of daylight between us, I really want to see that game. I really, really want to see that game. I want to know what the score is. I want to know if the pros can get motivated. You know, there's underdogs stand a chance sometimes just because they're the only one who cares about this game.
Yeah,
I want to see it. I want to see.
Yeah, the problem would be like you're gonna hurt those college guys before they get to hit the draft up.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, there's a silly all-star type game.
It's weird to think of like a human as being so valuable, but so I follow the NBA the most closely lately, and like this guy has $140 million contract. If I'm the Sixers, I've made $140 million investment in a human. He's not just a dude whose ankle I care about. He's an asset, like a piece of machinery in this company, a central one.
One of the UGA players that's about to hit up the draft is in a lot of trouble. I don't know all the in and outs of the case.
DUI, right?
DUI, and maybe somebody got killed or hit though, right? I think there was a crash or something. And he was driving the car and he left the scene and then came back. I don't know for sure about
he's on UGA or he's getting drafted.
It's draft time for him. He was driving a Trackhawk, somebody said, which is like a Jeep rocket ship. Yeah, a Jeep Trackhawk. I think that thing is like 0 to 60 and it's definitely under
4.1 seconds.
Oh, well,
according to this shit. This looks like a very expensive Jeep.
Star defensive tackle became the third member of their 2022 team to be charged with reckless driving. A fourth with DUI, and a fifth went 34 miles an hour over the speed limit.
I don't know. That must be part of the winning culture.
9 Georgia players have been arrested in the last 13 and a half months. You guys are making waves.
Winners.
9?
Fucking winners. All right, that's all. Only
that's like
9.
a percentage of the team. Yeah, like 60 people.
That's what I'm saying. If only 9 out of 60
2 years, it must be like 80 people over 2 years. No.
Yeah, I don't know how the roster I don't know
turns over.
Yeah, it turns over. Yeah. I don't know. As long as nobody as long as he wasn't coming back next year, I don't give a shit, right? Like I don't care if his Trackhawk explodes.
Also, I look at
he's probably going somewhere to beat up my Falcons or
the type of charge. I don't know about all these charges, but like DUIs and speeding and stuff. If I'm an NFL team, like I don't love that. I don't love the guy who's drinking and driving, but it doesn't show the level of character flaw that like beating up another human would, or
sure.
like this guy goes out, gets drunk, and gets violent. I'm like, oh, that scares me. And I don't want him to take that and bring it to my team and infect. Some of the teammates are going to be vulnerable to that as infection, right? They're going to be influenced by this guy. Dude, let's go out. Let's go out to a strip club. Let's fuck somebody up who's smaller than us. This is my idea of a good night. And he's going to be a bad person that turns 2 or 3 more bad. That I don't like. But someone who goes 34 miles an hour over the speed limit, I don't see him ruining a team.
No. And I mean, like you said, the NFL
he did lie about it, leave the scene, all that stuff.
Like they can, there have been players who savagely beat their wives, and then it's like starting at cornerback. Like it's just, they as long as you can play football, they don't care. They care about the PR aspect of it. But
do